Got a lot of few minutes, get some people in here. So let me grab my coffee as well. Can't have live stream without coffee. Simply not possible. How we doing today? How's everyone? Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed the last few days of some up-only price action. Yeah, honestly, I hate the weekend in crypto because trading sucks. Like I literally just can't wait for the weekends to be over. It's kind of hilarious. Somewhat all right in the summer because you can go touch grass, do some things, but like still, when it's the weekend, I'm just like literally waiting for Monday. It is good to reset though every now and then, but yeah, ain't no sleep for the wicked. Am I lagging for anyone else, or is it Dr. M? Yeah, sounds good. No worries. I'm gonna give a few minutes, like I said, just let people get the notification and join in for whoever wants to watch. And for everyone here, this will be recorded too if you need to duck out early or whatever. So no worries. We have them all recorded. I'll show you where you can find all the previous ones. This is, like I said, session number 4. And we have pretty well all the other bots covered in the other ones. So cover a number of the other bots today in this one. This one's a bit more of, well, if you combine the bots, it's a bit more of an advanced strategy, but the other ones are kind of like our main bots, like the RSI, the OBOS, which is overbought, oversold, and Monday range. Those are like no matter any skill level of trader you are, you can pretty well just watch and absorb any one of those and back test. And we also have individual videos on each strategy, and you can literally use either one of those 3 bots in masterclasses and make money every single day. But this is going to cover kind of some of the other bots that we also offer, which are kind of like information on demand on the market, which can help you find coins in a number of different ways. And then I've put together like a way of combining them all, which I'll show you guys, can help you catch like pretty crazy moves. All those alts that you see that go 10, 20, 30, 50, 100%. You can use these bots in the way I'm going to show you today to kind of identify those early and catch like some pretty crazy runners. So give a few minutes here though. Another 2-3 minutes. Let everyone join up. Appreciate you guys coming through on a Saturday. All right, we'll start in 1 minute here. It's a Saturday, so probably be a little less people joining up. People are busy and whatnot. All right, I am going to share my screen. You guys let me know if you can see it. Sec. Let me know if you can see that there. We will dive in. Just let me know in the chat, guys, if you can see the screen. Just want to make sure it's sharing all right. All right, perfect. Appreciate that. All right, guys. So today, yeah, like I said, this is session 4. For those of you who are new to the Discord, I will show you where the last sessions are. We have what is called bot education here that you can access, and we have a ton of educational stuff in here, but we have the masterclasses one here. So we have the previous ones, which will be a session, hour-long deep dive on the bots like we're going to do today, where we have the RSI divergence ones. We have the OBOS, which stands for overbought, oversold on the RSI, and we have the Monday range one. So this is session 4. So anyone who's new, just that's where you can find the previous ones. And like I mentioned earlier, the previous ones are definitely kind of like our flagship bots and strategies. So these are the ones that any level of trader you are, whether that's new or advanced, especially if you're new, these are the ones that you're probably going to want to watch to be able to understand the value you can get from some of these bots. But today we're going to be covering a few other bots here. Just let me find them. So the ones we're covering today are going to be the funding rate bot, the gainers and losers bot, and the volume bot. So in a nutshell, what these bots are essentially it's information on demand across the whole market. So you can see the volume bot. You can look at the highest or lowest volume coins across the entire altcoin market for any given time frame. Well, these 4 given time frames. So you can see lower time frames like 15-minute, 1 hour, or higher time frames like the 4-hour daily. All you do, click the button, and it's automatically going to generate this, pulling the volume in that time frame. So you can see in the last 15 minutes, these are the coins with the highest volume, again, across the entire altcoin market. So this is extremely useful because obviously you're going to have, Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, Sol, Pepe, all AVAX, like these more high cap top 10, top 15 coins. They're most likely always going to be in here. But the value you can find in this is the coins that are not those super high market cap coins that are producing that volume every single day. Things like Hi-Fi, which we'll go over. You have Mix, which has run extremely hard lately. You have coins like Ace. These are coins that are not in the top, I don't even know if they're in the top 50 market cap coins, but for some reason today, they are getting a ton of volume. So it's very useful information for you to understand, especially in times of like the weekend, where volume across the board is generally less. You don't want to be trading illiquid coins and low volume coins. You want to be focused on the coins that actually have volume. So this is a really, really useful tool for you guys. Like I said, it's instant. Click 1 hour, you're instantly going to be generated a chart showing, well, not a chart, but like a graph here showing you exactly how much volume has been done in that time frame, as well as which coins are the most. So very, very useful. What's going on, Levi? How you doing? Okay, so that is the volume bot. So I'm going to go over each bot individually here, and then we're going to tie it together and how you can use these bots in tandem to help find trades for you. So the next bot we're covering here is the funding rate bot. Again, 2 simple buttons, very intuitive, clean on the phone, mobile, or clean on mobile, clean on your desktop or laptop, whatever. Again, you just click it. It's going to generate you the top coins with the lowest funding across the entire altcoin market, right? So anyone who's not familiar with funding, to keep things very simple, the coins with very low funding can typically give you very good scam moves higher. So the lower the funding, like when you get into -1 to -3, that means that a coin is heavily got negative funding, and it's most likely being manipulated in some way, shape, or form, and you can get those really big scam moves. So this is another piece of data that is very useful for you to understand which coins could potentially give those big scam moves. You don't want to be shorting coins that have extremely negative funding. for multiple reasons. You know, when funding resets, you're going to be paying for that with fees. When these things end up squeezing higher due to the amount of people shorting them or the manipulation on them, they can really make some massive moves. So this is a good bot for you to understand, or even come in and understand that, okay, SLF has like extremely negative funding. You can start to correlate what happens with the coins with extremely negative funding. And again, I'll go over a bunch of examples here with you guys, and you can start to see these scam moves that I'm talking about. So again, you can find coins to put on your radar with the funding rate bot as well as the volume bot. And then the next bot we're going to check out is the top gainers and losers. Same thing, right? Very intuitive interface. You have top gainers on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily time frame. Same goes for the losers. Again, you just click the button and it's going to generate you across the entire altcoin market which coins are the top gainers on the respective time frame, and also how much they've moved in that. So if you click 15 minutes, you know, you can see which coins. If you go, you can see like the daily top gainers, right? And you have like some coins doing absolutely massive moves, and I'll show you how you can catch these early. You know, all these single letter coins, F, H, Hi-Fi's been going crazy, but you can see it. This is going to show you, you know, very clean data for you to understand. Okay, first of all, like, what are the top gaining coins, say on like 1 minute and 5 minute, right? These are charts that you can open up that are moving right now. These are the coins that are moving the hardest in the market at this very minute, right? So you can look for continuation plays. You can look to fade them because they're top gainers into like very big resistances, however you want to play it. This is kind of information, data on demand for you. Find coins of interest to play. Now, all of these are very good, especially come the weekend or like long holidays or times where we're just chopping and ranging and like, you know, price action is super shitty. It's like low volumes, low volatility, not a lot is happening. You can look to the volume bot, you can look to the funding rate bot, you can look at the top gainers, losers bot, and you can really pick out and find the coins that are standing out in the market without you having to go to TradingView and manually scan, you know, 500 charts, 100 charts, 50 charts. So again, like the main benefit of all of the bots that we offer you guys is telling you exactly where and when to look for potential trades on coins. So that's a brief rundown of like what the volume bot is, funding rate bot is, and what the gainers and losers bot is, and kind of like how you can interpret that data. So I'm going to open it up now. If anyone has any questions on these three bots, anything at all, just let me know. Again, these streams are literally designed for you guys to come on, ask questions, figure out how you can make money with these bots, figure out how you can use them. So there are no stupid questions at all. Just anything you want to know, just let us know. Let me know and I'll answer it. Otherwise, we'll keep it moving. All right, it is all pretty straightforward. So. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you can combine these bots, like I said, because if you combine these bots, typically in the market, especially when it's super low volume, low volatility, there's gonna be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins that are like just going absolutely crazy because, you know, they're being specifically manipulated and scammed, whatever you want to call it. They have all the volume focused on them. You know, you're not trading something that clearly is just ranging and not doing anything because there's no volume in it. You can look to trade the coins that are making crazy moves higher because you can combine these three bots. So we're going to take a look at what that looks like. So I have a few here that I've made posts on before, and I'm going to show you exactly kind of what it looks like. The size of the moves that you can catch too, right? Like this is a 51% move. Now, I'm going to show you previous examples because to find these in real time, it's a bit different than like the RSI bot because this information is always updating. So I have a ton of examples of ones that have played out using the three bots and the strategy exactly. So in here, we're going to take a look at how you could have spotted this opportunity. So same thing I mentioned before. The first thing I started with to find this trade was the volume bot. So it was one of the highest volumes when I clicked the 1 hour. You can see here it was sitting, Sixth. It was the sixth highest coin with volume of that day, which is massive, right? Like that's sitting under Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, XRP, Doge. So you know that this thing is getting a shit ton of volume when you see that. So that was my first trigger, first indicator that this was a coin that was worth trading. And then you can see here on the top gainers and losers bot that this was a top gainer on almost all of the time frames when you selected it. So this was like the trigger number 2 of this being a coin worth trading, right? So when you'd come into here, I clicked the 1 hour top gainer on the bot that I showed you guys, and XCN was the second highest top gainer on the hour. You know, that's showing that this coin, A, has a ton of volume, and B, is a top gainer. That means there is a ton of capital focused on this coin, and this thing is going up because of the volume. Whether you can do your, your typical TA saying that this is breaking out, which, you just a clear trend line. This has broken out of the structure, and there is a ton of volume coming in. So you can find the coins that are going to make these big moves. And on top of that, we had negative funding. Like I said, anything above negative 1% funding is massive. So when you see something that's sitting at like -2, -3, this thing is most likely it's just being heavily manipulated. You know what I mean? There's going to be coins in this market that are targeted like that, which are going to make these big moves, especially in low volume, low volatility environments, because it's very easy to do. All of the volume will go into this coin. It'll scam it super high, and then it'll just completely dump it out. You've all seen the charts before, and with these bots, it's going to let you be able to find those as they are going up or before they make that big move. So you're not top blasting this thing when it's 50% up. You're getting in with our bots anywhere in here and then riding this thing up for a ton of profit. Now, these are difficult to execute, but it's all about back testing. Like, you have these bots, there's coins moving 24/7. You just need to back test, and you just need to continue to see the patterns and the pattern recognition of how these play out. So this is example 1, and I'm going to show you another example, and it is the exact same thing. So this one was on 1,000 Toshi. This coin went 148%, and you can see it's just up only, right? These coins, when they break out and they have massive volume in the market, especially when they have negative funding, these are the types of plays and these are the types of moves that can happen. So if we take a look at this one, again, the same process. I come in, I look at the top volume coins in the 1 hour. Now this one's literally sitting under Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. Like, you guys need to understand, this has to have a fuckload of volume to be sitting there, right? Like, massive amounts of volume to be sitting under ETH, Bitcoin, and Sol, and above Doge, XRP. Like, this thing is getting pumped with volume. So you can see that with our bots in real time. So that was trigger number 1, once again. Now, again, we come into the top gainers, and again, across almost all time frames, this was in the top gainer. So we can see here on the 4 hour, this was, the literal top gainer of the day. Now, when you're looking for these coins and you're looking for them early, what you want to do is look at the top gainers on 1 minute and 5 minute, because this would have been, for instance, in this leg here, or even here, this would have been a top gainer on the 1 and 5 minute. So 4 hours, that's played out. It's a 4 hour candle. You can't really actionably do anything. But when you see that this is a top gainer with that amount of volume on 1 and 5 minute, you have your confluences to say that this is a coin that is absolutely going off, right? This is getting tons and tons of volume, and it's a top gainer in the market. It should have your attention. And especially if we're ranging, especially if it's the weekend, this is a red flag coin saying, okay, I'm getting pumped with volume right now. This is a coin that you can play. The best part about coins like this too is that you can see this breakout here. A coin with high volume will respect general TA and simple TA basically the best, right? Whether that's trendline breakouts or just simple support resistances. So you can see when this finally broke out, it retested here. Now, you could have had indications that this was a coin worth trading all in here and caught a retest here. The same with this leg up, it retested right here, right? So like the TA can be very simple on these coins that have a lot of volume. Because there's so much volume focused on it, it's like when this breaks out and it retests here, it's most likely going to have a reaction. So one of the best parts about these high volume coins is, whether you're just playing simple trend line breakouts like this, or you're just playing a retest of support resistance, it's very easy to like play these. But what these bots are going to do is draw your attention to this coin and say, okay, I'm coalescing all of the data from the market and telling you that this is a coin with high volume, this is a coin with negative funding, and this is a coin that is a top gainer. You should pay attention to this. So again, that was the top gainers. And again, we come down, look at this, minus 4% negative funding. That is some of the highest you'll ever see. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't even think it can go higher than 4%. I haven't seen it that I remember anyways. Again, when you see negative funding like minus 2.7, minus 4, it's a beautiful indication to you that this coin is most likely being manipulated and it's going to make a massive move, right? And you can see here, like, this is a 1 hour chart. So, I mean, this is probably over 2 or 3 days. It's 150% move, insane. So a few more examples. Let me find them here. If any of this isn't making sense, if anyone has questions throughout, just let me know. Gotta find my message from today. So let's look at 2 other ones here. So we have ACH. Again, right? You have your checklist. Is it a top gainer? Is it one of the tops in volume? And does it have negative funding? So at the time of this chart, ACH was a top gainer on the 4 hour. And so the reason I'm showing you past ones, again, just in case this doesn't make sense for someone, is because every time you go into the volume bot and stuff, it's going to be current data. So if I click it now, it's not going to show the data from here, obviously, right? It's very self-explanatory, just if anyone doesn't understand that. So I'm showing you the past ones that I've put the data together to show you how you can find these. So ACH was highest volume on the 1 hour right here. It's in the top 10. And then if you go to funding, ACH was minus 2. So boom, 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 your checklist is there. This is a coin worth looking at, a coin worth trading, a coin that's probably going to put in a massive move. Look at the chart, whether you got in at the break of the trend line or you got in here or you got in anywhere, or a retest of this here with this wick, you know what I mean? Like, very simple TA, trend line break, flip of resistance, again, a retest of a flipped level. But you can see what happened. Chart goes 72%, just up only. Like, these are the coins that are just being absolutely pumped with volume. Negative funding is like some sort of manipulation going on where they're just pushing this higher and higher. People are trying to short the shit out of it and getting blown out, fueling the move up. But you have all the indications and all the information there showing you that, like, this coin could do that. So you're not looking to be like the guy who's top long in this, being like, oh, this has gone 72%. This is crazy. It's like, no, with Woodsbot, you're getting in here or on the flip here, right? You're getting in with the early indications that these moves can happen. And as we move into alt season, as we move into the bigger moves into October, December, if that's what's going to end up happening, these bots can be very useful for you guys to find absolutely massive, massive moves. Now, I'm showing you after the fact of trades too. It's not always this simple. Nothing ever is. Hindsight's 20/20. Like, don't think that you can just look at these bots and start catching 100% moves, because you can't. But I'm giving you the tools and the understanding of how you can put in the work, how you can back test these bots yourself, and how you can find these. And if you're willing to do it, if you actually sit there and put in the work and spend a day, to spend an hour a day just looking through this specific bot strategy, locating the ones that have the triggers I'm telling you, watching how they play out, back testing them with just your little P&L chart on the chart without even putting money behind it if you don't want to, you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure out how to catch these fucking massive moves, but like, you got to put in the work. I'm just giving you the keys to do that. So that's just a caveat. Like, don't think that I'm just going to show you this and you guys are just going to catch 100% moves, but I'm showing you how you can do it. So that was ACH. Let's take a look now. There's one more. Just let me find it. So we did ACH, Toshi. Yeah, so DOP1. So another one here. Let's take a look. What are our triggers? Is it a top gainer? Where's DOP 1? DOP 1. So it's the top gainer on the 15-minute when I clicked it back then. Let's take a look at volume. 15-minute top volume. Yep, check. Does it have negative funding? Yes, it has minus 1.6, massively negative funding. Beautiful. What does the chart look like? It's fucking up only. This little lag here is only 40%. All of these indicators would have been live throughout this whole thing. This would have been a top gainer all through here. Most likely had negative funding this entire way up. Most likely was a top volume coin the entire way up. And so maybe you missed this lag. Okay, it consolidates. Like, let me just look at this. Right? Like maybe this consolidates and you missed this entire leg up. All right, well, like I said, like these things, like simple trend line break could have got you into the next one. And at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe you missed that. Well, like, look at this. It just, support resistance flip, right? Fails to flip it, comes up, flips it, goes. Like the TA on these is extremely simple. In hindsight, of course, is simple. In real time, it's not. But like these coins with high volume react very well to very basic TA. You know, trend line breaks, especially when the volume increases on the breakout. Support resistance flips. You know, you don't have to get fancy with it, and you don't have to enter a trade just because you see those three triggers, right? Like you're not entering up here. You're probably just planning for a retest or whatever, right? Like don't just enter because you see that. Be smart, and first of all, just back test this for a few like days, weeks, whatever. I don't know. Don't just like enter a trade because you see all that, because it could be already late where you're entering up here and these coins are extremely volatile and you just get wrecked. So you still have to be strategic and you have to know what you're doing. But if you actually figure out and use this and become used to it and understand how you trade this or trade around it, you can make a shit ton of money. You can make so much money with this. You can catch these top gainers. I'm sure you guys see all these coins. Mix, whatever the hell that coin is, new coin, went like 1,200% in a few days or whatever. You have Hi-Fi. The thing went like, I don't even know, multiple 100% in like a day or two. These bots with Woodsbot are how you find those coins early. They are how you get in before the move actually happens. We give you the real-time data to find the coins and execute and get in to ride these things higher. So that is a bit of a breakdown on some of the past trades that have happened with this. So again, if there are any questions, please let me know now. I want to cover anything you guys want to know about any three of these bots, how to catch these trades, anything at all. Like, let me know. What I'm here for. It's what I'm spending my Saturday doing here, educating you guys for. So I want questions. If there are none, we'll keep it moving. Bro, how have y'all been setting off my noties and I've been fading for so long? Wow's the slime, bro. We're here. If you want access, Levi sent the thing above with instructions. Doesn't cost. These bots don't cost you guys anything. There is literally zero charge, not like nothing. You get access to all of these bots literally just by signing up on the ref link. I spend hours and hours educating you guys how you can literally make money every fucking day with these bots in multiple ways. And it's all free. It's all absolutely free. When you get gold access to and you come into the place where you can see all these bots, there's an entire community of nothing but positive killers using these bots, sharing strategies, going over the market. There's no bullshit. There's no negativity. We don't stand for any of that. This is like, it is such a positive community where everyone wants to see everyone win. Like, bro, I'm spending my Saturdays just trying to educate you guys just so you guys can win, right? Like I'm trading these bots. I'm printing. I'm making money. I want you guys to win. I want everyone inside of Woodsbot to absolutely succeed, especially coming into the market we're coming into. So, you know, I'm doing everything that I can to educate you guys on how to use these bots because these tools are insanely valuable. And it only takes one strategy I teach you guys to make money every single day and change your life with these bots. So yeah, like Levi said, go to testimonials. You can check it out there. If you ever have questions, hit us up in questions or general chat. If you need help with signing up, switching over refs, anything, or even understanding what bot access you get, just hit us up. We're always here. Appreciate that, Levi. All right, so let's take a look at some real-time stuff, right? Like happening right now. So if we go, I hope it's still in there. This was right before the call, but should be. WAGB, bro. Absolutely. All right, so let's take a look. Top gainers, losers. If we go in the last 15 minutes, this is real-time shit. This is like happened right before the call. All right, Ace. So if we click top gainers 1 hour right now, anyone with gold access can go do this. You click it right now. You have Ace as a top gainer in the past hour. If we go to volume and we hit 1 hour, we have Ace showing up in the highest volume coins. Now, if we open the chart, you can see here, this was a resistance. It's just a 5-minute supply zone. Rejected, 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 flips. Volume kicks in. You could have seen this early on the bot. This led to a 18% move in 20 minutes. Just like that. Using the bots in the last 15 minutes, you could have caught this. How wide is the stop here? Not even a 5% stop below the lows. You flip the level, you close above, you get your confirmation, volume's coming in, the bots are telling you volume's coming in, you enter the trade. This is a 15 to 20% move in 20 minutes using the bots. We have Moodang. This one has been moving and showing up on the bots as well. What does the chart look like? It's just mental. So this yesterday, again, same thing. You had volume, it was on the top volumes, it was on the top gainers. These ones didn't have negative funding, and you don't need all three, right? Just to be very clear, you don't need all three to make this work. If you have negative funding, then your odds of the scam move happening are greatly increased, like 100%. Like, even this one looks like it's about to break out, like whatever. We'll just set this simple trend line here so we can look. And let's take a look at volume. Well, volume's low. If volumes pick up here in the next 30 minutes and this breaks out, it'll show up on the bot and I'll show you guys in real time. But simple TA, right? You have a support resistance level here, right? Resistance, resistance, holds, breaks below, resistance. Now, if this flips here and volume kicks in, you'll see this show up on top gainers. You'll see it show up on volume bot. This thing will send. And we'll look at the bots in real time. But same thing here. You had the volume bots telling you this was pumping. You had the top gainers on 1 minute showing you that this was one. I don't know if you had negative funding back here. Not sure, but let's close chat. Does the opposite mean shorting? No. So I personally don't use these for shorting. Okay, so here's the thing. Each of these bots individually can be used as its own tool. So if you want to find the top losing coins, for instance, because let's say Bitcoin dominance is super high and alts are just absolutely weak, and you want to find the coins that are going to short, you can do one of two things. You can look at the top gaining coins and then short those into like really smart resistances, or when they have RSI divergences or become overbought, whatever, right? To catch a move of like you're catching this at the top as it's a top gainer. Or inversely, you can look at the top losing coins, indicating to you that these are the coins that are the weakest. So if you know Bitcoin's about to break down or Bitcoin dominance is about to cook and you want to find the coins that are weak in the market, you can use the top loser bot, right? And then, okay, maybe the top losing coin is sitting on support, but it's losing it and you want to short that. Well, you have the data telling you like this coin is shit. It's one of the weakest. Like you could look to short this coin. In terms of like low volume, top loser and positive funding, I've never played with that or anything. Like fine. I don't think it would work as well. This specific strategy of combining the three is definitely geared towards catching these like ridiculous scam moves. And like I said, in environments of low volume, weekends, long weekend, choppy range and price action, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 coins that are kind of just going crazy. And they're putting in 20, 30, 50, 100% moves, whatever, or ace, it's a 20% move. For instance, like this weekend, you could have just not even wanted to trade. You could have just waited and checked data, seen ace, and just called a 20% move and made your weekend's profits in like 20 minutes, right? And yeah, it's trading. It's not always going to play out like that, but back test, put some effort in, take the time of what I'm showing you guys and put in the work if you're serious about it. You know what I mean? I've been building this with the boys in Woods for a year and a half plus, and I've put my time in on these charts and back testing and all this shit. So that's why I can tell you guys this. No one handed me this. I figured this all out on my own so I could teach you guys, but it took a lot of work. But since I've done that work, I can open up Woodsbot and I can find trades in any environment at any point in time, or the indications telling me that it's not the time to trade. Like it's all there. So yeah, exactly, Mez. So again, right, what these bots are giving you is the simplest way I can put it is it's telling you where and when to look for a trade. It doesn't mean it's a trade. This isn't a buy or sell signal, but you're getting data points given to you, coalescing the entire market. So all of the altcoins in the market, these are the ones with the highest volume. All of the altcoins in the market, these are the top gaining coins. All of the altcoins in the market, these are the ones with the most negative funding. Okay, if it checks off all three of those boxes, you still need to find an entry. You still need to manage your risk, and you still need to put a clear invalidation. But that's fine. That's trading. Instead of having to scan 100 charts and then do that anyways, we give you that data and then you just take care of the rest. Or get involved in the community too and say, okay, boys, this one has checkbox 1, checkbox 2, checkbox 3. This was from Masterclass 4. What do you guys think? The community is going to be there saying, okay, yeah, this looks good, or this doesn't. This is an invalidation I like. I'm in the chats 24/7. I'll help you out. We can look at entries and stuff. And so you can start to learn and build, your strategy and yourself up like that. Let's take a look at another example though. So let's go highest volume. I think I just did 1 hour actually. Let's go 4 hour. All right, so F, and it might even be on the 15-minute. Yeah, look at this, F. You look at H2, but like F, right? Let's go top gainers. Let's look at 1 minute. You got H. You got 5 minute. You got F. Another trick too, because I just thought of this. When you're looking at negative funding, one thing you can do, like we looked at this, 30 minutes ago, this will stay here. So you can click low funding again and you can compare. So you can see SLF, the funding's coming down. So when you're in a coin and you want to see it continue to scam higher and higher, obviously you want the funding to continue to go lower and lower. So you can click it every 30 minutes and compare and say, okay, is the funding going higher? Like, is it losing its steam in terms of the move, or is this thing gearing up for more and more because funding's going lower and lower? On the 5-minute volume or 15-minute volume, if you click this in half an hour, you could compare and see did F move from 315 up to 7 mil? Is this thing pumping up? So you can kind of keep the data there and refresh with a new read and get up to date information and compare. This is one little trick for you guys. But anyways, F, 15-minute highest volume. It was on the 15-minute top gainers. I don't think it has negative funding. No. That's fine. Look at this chart. These coins exist in the market every day. Well, not every day, but you know what I mean. Just general TA, man. Just simple trend line break. If you missed that, you've got a little support resistance flip here. Very basic stuff. You know what I mean? These. And this is why I'm saying that, don't just enter. If you see the trade up here, okay, well, just mark out a retest area and then get involved down here if the volume stays good and all of your indications from the bot stay good, and just catch the next move, right? Don't top blast something just because you see it. Like, you still need, like, this pumped up, swept the highs. You can expect a reaction. It never closed a 15-minute above. It closed and swept again, came back, retested. Simple stuff, very simple stuff. But you can see on the 5-minute, this thing has some of the highest volume in the market and is one of the top gainers. This thing is cooking. Didn't quite get the retest there, but if you were paying attention to the bots, you would have since here where volume kicks in, and this would have been top gainer and highest volume all day. The other coin was H. I haven't even looked at H, but this one's on top gainers, top volume. It's the same shit, man. Look at this. Just, if you can learn to position into the plays like this and just catch these breakouts, you can make so much money. What was the one we were looking at? Moodang. Yes, volumes are still low. Anyways, this was the other one. Hi-Fi's been showing up on there lately. Like, look at this. This is just ridiculous. Like, from here, whatever, just let's call it from there. Jesus Christ. It's 900% from the freaking just trend line break when volume kicks in. That is ridiculous. That's like mix. But like, look at mix too. You can catch these coins if you learn to do this. Look at this one. Like, this is the 6th of September till the 9th. That's 3 days. This thing went like 1,300%. Hi-Fi's been like the 11th. That's 1 day. Jesus Christ. Insane. Anyways, you guys get the point. Like, you can see the types of moves that I'm talking about that you can catch, and I tried to make it as clear as possible to understand the bots and kind of what to look for. So again, any questions, now is the time. That's kind of like covers everything that I was looking to go over. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to make sure that it makes sense to you. Questions about Woodsbot in general as well, just anything. How to join, what kind of bots you get, doesn't matter, just let me know. No, everyone gets it. Sweet. And like I said too, so not only do we teach you guys, all these bots, how you can use them to make money and stuff, but like with these streams is what I'm talking about. But like, there is extensive education, and this should be available to everyone from my understanding. So it's like, even if you are just verified, like you're just in the Discord and you want to know what these bots can do for you, I always highlight this because like, you can come into here with no idea what Woodsbot does and study this for a few hours, pick a strategy, teach you how to backtest inside of the Discord with any strategy in here. And you can literally just start backtesting for a week or two, and you can become a profitable trader as long as you understand basics, right? Like, you need to understand just general TA, support resistance, what is a divergence, proper risk management. Like, none of this happens without proper risk management. These bots don't supplement anything. They tell you where and when to trade, but you still need to understand the basics, and we can help with that in the Discord. But if you have zero understanding of Woodsbot and the bots that we offer, you can come into here and you can literally build a full understanding of what we do for you guys and become profitable with our bots. Like, 100%. Everything you guys need is in here, covering every single bot from the masterclasses, deep dive like we did today on each bot. And you can watch any one of these and use just that strategy if you want. We have a breakdown of what every bot is. We have a ton of different specific strategies that you guys can use, like this one I'm going over today, the negative funding top gainer volume bot. we have a RSI heat map, we have the OBOS bots, we have Monday range bots, just tons of stuff for you guys here. We also have like generalities of trading, right? It's like how to build a daily bias with Woodsbot, how to scalp trade with Woodsbot, how to swing trade with Woodsbot, whether you do either of those, how to trade ranging conditions, which are the most difficult conditions and the most common, how to trade trending conditions, and again, how to find coins in low volume conditions. That's what we just went over now. How to backtest and find additional bot confluences. Everything you guys need is inside of this Discord. Not only the education side of things, but the actual community. So any questions you guys ever have, any trades you want to collab on or get a review on, we're always available inside there. So gonna open it up for a few more minutes for questions, but that's my spiel. That's what I got for you guys. So hope it was helpful. If you guys got some value from it. Anything that isn't clear, just let me know. This is the connection. Yeah, so the Woodsbot indicator is a completely separate product that we're going to be bringing out for you guys. We're getting closer and closer with that, but that's coming soon. So the Discord is just its own complete thing, right? You get gold access to all of these bots here with the education and the community, completely free just for signing up on the ref link. The indicator is going to be something else that Woodsbot itself releases for people, and we'll have more details on that as it gets closer. But again, that's just going to be its whole other thing that's going to make your guys' trading life infinitely easier. And the ability to find trades and make money in this, like, you can see the quality of work we put out with our bots and stuff. This indicator is going to be, our best product yet. So, and for those too that don't know, this is just gold access. So if you get to a certain volume threshold with trading, we have an entire AI trading bot, which literally just gives you trades. It tells you, here's the limit order, here's the stop loss. If you guys follow us on Twitter, you see it all the time. That bot literally gives you trades. So you don't have to do anything with the bots that I'm showing you now. You will literally be given trades, and the hit rate of this thing is extremely high. It's insane. It's insane. If you follow the Twitter, you've seen the stuff there. That is another product that we have at Woodsbot. And if you get to a certain volume threshold within the Discord on the ref link, you get full access to that. So spot trading, no, it has to be futures trading, has to be on futures for that. All you need is $500 in the portfolio. It's like just the minimum threshold, and you just need to be actively trading on that. That doesn't mean taking trades every day, but you can't just sign up to the ref link, put 500 in, and just sit there for a month or two with no trades. Like, it's got to be actively traded on, just so that it follows the requirements. But it has to be futures. Yeah, no problem, Waza. Appreciate you coming through. I'm glad you finally listened to the notifications. If you ever need anything, just hit me up in the Discord. We can get you access, get you set up. Appreciate all the questions from you guys as well. But G Smith too is like, you can trade futures on your 500 thing, but you can also use the bots to trade your own spot account, right? You just need to have an actual account trading actively with like at least $500 on it. So if you want to just use a futures account to run that up and trade, but still trade your spot, like, you can do that too. All right, guys. If there's no more questions, we're going to wrap it up there. Like I said, I appreciate you guys coming out on a Saturday. And, I hope my passion shines through for you guys. Like, these tools and bots that we've created, the community we have here, it really can change your life, and it really can turn you into, the trader you've always wanted to be. Like, these are designed by traders for traders, and I really want you guys to take advantage of them, implement them, understand just how powerful they are, and get involved in the community, because honestly, that's like one of the most powerful things that we have here. So appreciate you guys coming through. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. When this is live, like when the recording is live, I'll ping everyone in general chat. And if you want to watch any of the past ones as well, which are just as informative as this one, but on the other specific bots, just head over to the education section. Appreciate you guys. Again, any questions too, just hit us up in general or questions and we can help you get access and things like that. And enjoy your weekend, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.